Can you imagine how 4 cunning college students try to outsmart their dean? Get ready for a hilarious tale filled with unexpected twists and turns. But before we dive in, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell to ensure you never miss this riveting story. Once upon a time, there were 4 college students known for their love of late-night parties. One night, they found themselves in big trouble. They had a crucial final test scheduled for the following day, but they hadn't studied at all. They began to panic, realizing they were about to face an academic disaster. In their desperation, they came up with a tricky plan. They decided to make it look like they had been through a challenging situation to get sympathy from their college dean. Early the following day, they went to see the dean, looking disheveled and tired. With serious faces, they told a story about attending a late-night wedding. On their way back, they claimed, one of their car's tires had suddenly burst. They had to push the car all the way home, which left them too exhausted to take the test. The dean, a reasonable person, listened to their story. He thought about it for a while, understanding their situation. Finally, the dean made a decision. He told them they could have a retest, but there was a catch. It would be in 3 days. The students felt relieved that their plan had worked so far. They thanked the dean and promised to be well prepared for the retest. Over the next 3 days, they completely changed their focus. Instead of partying, they buried themselves in their books and notes. They were determined to make up for their earlier mistakes. They knew they couldn't let their scheme fall apart during the retest. When the day of the retest arrived, they returned to the dean's office looking much more put together. The dean welcomed them and reminded them this was a special condition test. To make it fair, he explained, each of them would be placed in a separate classroom to take the test. Although they were initially a bit nervous about this arrangement, they agreed. They felt confident because they had studied diligently and were ready for the challenge. The test turned out to be quite unusual. It had only 2 questions, but they were worth many points, a total of 100. The first question seemed incredibly simple. Your name? 1 point. They quickly wrote down their names, each earning a single point. However, the second question was a real puzzle. Which tire burst? 99 points. The choices were A. Front left, B. Front right, C. Back left, and D. Back right. As they stared at this tricky question, memories of their scheme and the days of studying flooded their minds. They soon realized that their plan had only taken them so far. None of them had checked which tire they had pretended to change during their act. With heavy hearts, they left the question unanswered, realizing that being truthful was far more critical than any test score. Ultimately, they understood the real lesson behind their dean's clever test. It wasn't just about studying. It was about honesty, responsibility, and facing the consequences of trying to deceive others. The dean's test was a powerful reminder that honesty and integrity should always guide our actions, especially when faced with difficult choices. Remember, life is full of tests, not just in academics, but also in our everyday choices. It's our integrity and honesty that truly matter. Support our channel if you've enjoyed this story and its valuable lesson. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to stay updated with more engaging stories and life lessons, and ring that notification bell. Doing so will make you part of a community dedicated to personal growth and learning. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to sharing more inspiring stories with you in the future.